Imagine ancient Judea at dusk. You're on a dusty, rocky road. Up ahead is Rabbi Tarfon, a first-century sage, traveling home on his donkey. Suddenly, he stops. He dismounts and lies down in the dirt on his side to recite the evening Shema prayer. In the ancient world, lying on the ground in the dark makes you an easy target. Almost immediately, a group of violent highwaymen, list him, emerge from the rocks and ambush him. He barely escapes with his life. You might expect his colleagues to be sympathetic, but when a shaken Tarfon returns and tells the other sages what happened, they tell him, "You deserved to die." They weren't blaming him for the robbery. They were reacting to his choice to defy the established, unified system of communal prayer. Tarfon had prioritized a personal stringency over the consensus, and to the sages, that was a dangerous move. To understand why a prayer posture could be a capital offense, we have to look at Mishnah Berachot 1:3 and 1:4. These texts outline the two foundational building blocks of Jewish worship, the rules of the physical body and the rules of the spoken word. After the temple's destruction, religious practice became a matter of survival. Without a central sanctuary, the community needed a shared code to prevent splintering. Deuteronomy says to recite the Shema when you lie down and when you rise. Beit Shammai took this literally, arguing it dictates physical posture. You must recline at night and stand in the morning. But Beit Hillel pointed to a different phrase, when you walk by the way. Since you can recite it walking, lie down and rise simply refer to the time of day. The final verdict followed Beit Hillel. A person may recite the Shema in whatever physical position they happen to be in. This is why the sages were so harsh with Rabbi Tarfon. The law was settled, yet he went back to the old, literal way. To the sages, this wasn't an act of piety. It was legal rebellion that threatened the authority of the unified community. By ruling with Hillel, the sages untethered the Shema from rigid postures. They stripped away physical requirements, making the central ritual entirely portable. But while the body was granted total freedom, the words of the prayer were locked into an inescapable architecture. Mishnah 1:4 maps the liturgical formula surrounding the Shema. In the morning, the central text is preceded by 2 blessing blocks and followed by 1. In the evening, the map adds 2 blocks before and 2 after, totaling 7 ritual segments. The sages enforced strict structural categories, defining what makes a blessing long versus short. A long blessing opens and closes with the formula, "Blessed are you." A short blessing only features it at the end. The Mishnah allows no deviation from these formulas. Where they said to lengthen, you cannot shorten. Where they said to conclude, you cannot skip. This page from an ancient manuscript illustrates the result. By forbidding individual verbal creativity, the sages ensured that every Jew, regardless of location, used the exact same coin or liturgical text. Combining these 2 laws reveals a specific tension. The sages paired maximum physical freedom with absolute liturgical rigidity. You don't need to be in a temple, and you don't need to be in a specific physical pose. You can pray while walking, working, or lying in bed. But to keep this portability from leading to chaos, the words became the unchangeable architecture that held the people together. Rabbi Tarfon's lesson was that the strength of post-temple life doesn't come from personal grandstanding or individual strictness. This system ensures that whether you are a prominent sage on a road or a common laborer in a field, the ritual remains identical. You bring your body as it is, wherever it is, provided you use the specific words that anchor you to the rest of the community.